Hey everyone, we're TowawayCouple, and I'm Tom, the driver.
And I'm Bunny, and I'm a kind person.
Yeah, so you got this shirt specific for this video.
I did.
What's it say?
Be kind.
Be kind. So there's just too many rude people today.
There are. Too many people talk too much about other people, and you know what? Everybody has their own thing, so let everybody drive the way they want to drive, and let everybody be who they want to be.
Yep. So our videos are about helping people become successful in RV transport. We're not here to talk you into or out of doing this. We just want to put out what works for us and our opinions. We always recommend getting 5 other opinions because somebody else may resonate better with you. Mm-hmm. And our way of doing it may not be the way you want to do it or even the right way of doing it.
Right. And definitely if we're doing it wrong, let us know.
Yeah, we'll delete the video and reshoot it. We're not opposed to being told we're doing it wrong. So today we actually got a message, and it was a couple weeks ago. Real quick, if you message us, there's so many different ways of people messaging us. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and off of our website. Mm-hmm. Sometimes on the Facebook, it'll move things into spam. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I just this last week realized there's about 6-8 messages in the spam from weeks ago. Somebody asked us if we could do a video on tolls because he was a little concerned about posting in the Facebook groups because of how rude people can be. And he's right. There can be a lot of rude people. Mm-hmm. We're not rude. We actually try to help people. So there's our video on tolls. If we forget something or if you think that what we said is wrong, post a comment because we want to put out accurate information. But we want people. He hasn't he's been doing this for over 2 years, and he has never submitted tolls because he wasn't sure how to do it.
Right. Now, in the beginning, I just submitted everything and let him kick it back at me.
Yeah. So a lot of people say, "Well, why didn't you ask payroll and stuff?" Even when you ask these companies, I don't know what it is, but a lot of times you get such short answers, and depending on the company, you might get a short, abrupt answer that kind of says, don't ask more questions.
Right.
So I totally get that he reached out to us.
Mm-hmm. Now we're just, like I said, telling us from our experiences on how we've done it with our current company and with our past company and how each different company works because they're all different. And some of the smaller companies don't even pay your tolls. Exactly.
So it is a great question. Mm-hmm. So yeah, some of the smaller companies will refuse to pay any tolls. They'll make you pay your permits, everything, so your cost per mile just keeps going down. Where the larger companies actually do pay some tolls, other companies pay all the tolls.
Yes.
So it all depends.
And I think it depends on the manufacturer that you're pulling for also.
Absolutely it does. So as Bunny said in the beginning, the quickest way to find out how to submit tolls to your company is submit everything. Going and coming back. Because what they'll do is they'll kick back on your final settlement. They'll pay you for half the tolls because they paid you going but not returning.
Correct.
So you'll learn real quick what they want. And if you do it enough times, you might even get a phone call to explain that they don't pay certain tolls.
Well, and it goes back to like driving for Thor. We typically go the same areas, the same dealers, and sometimes on the bill of lading it says return tolls paid. Other times it's not. So I'm going to the same dealer. I'm going to do my return tolls.
So we do the return tolls under Bunny's final settlements because the trailers typically never get return tolls. So currently, some companies will not even pay West Coast tolls.
Correct.
But currently our company does pay the Oklahoma Expressway and everything, so that is a plus for us. Going to Southern California, we like running the expressway.
Right. Now, they're not going to pay the return tolls, but the return tolls without a trailer are a heck of a lot cheaper.
$10.
So for us to go a lot faster and not go through downtown Oklahoma City is definitely worth it for us.
Now, East Coast, pretty much most of the companies pay heading east. We just went to North Carolina, and while it's kind of southeast, they did pay the tolls going
through West Virginia.
Through West Virginia. But we could have gone off the tolls coming back to save that money. It was probably $30, but it would have been 2 extra hours. That means we got to equate 2 extra hours, the amount of fuel consumption, and we just wanted to get back to Elkhart.
Yeah.
So you got to weigh all. Other people will say, I don't want to pay any tolls. I'll take the 2 extra hours. And that's perfectly fine. There are routes without tolls. Now, most all the companies, ask your company, will pay both directions if you go northeast.
Correct. Now, going to New York and back, they do not pay the tolls coming back. But when we went into Vermont, the tolls were paid coming back.
Right, and those were expensive.
So when you go up into Maine and Rhode Island and New Hampshire, chances are the companies are going to pay your tolls coming back.
Now, what we've been doing, because obviously we just went on to Starfleet, is when we dispatch, we want to make sure. That's how we found out we got paid Oklahoma, because in orientation, we were kind of told about the tolls. When we were with Indiana, we just submitted everything, and they were paying everything, and then they stopped.
Oops.
We got away with it for a while. They didn't ask for the money back.
No.
So, but we did ask that when we dispatch a trailer, the first question was, does this trailer pay tolls? The dispatcher has been referring us to Payroll. So now we just call the Payroll and say, hey, we're going to this location. Does it pay tolls? Because some of these tolls could be $150.
Yes. When you're talking going into New Jersey, those ones were like $60 coming through in rush hour traffic.
Right.
And we found out the hard way that those ones weren't paid.
Right.
But even still, at $60, it was worth
it.
Getting home faster than 3 hours later.
Because we can write these off on taxes. So everything is an expense that you don't get reimbursed. So just figure it this way. If you haven't been writing off or submitting your tolls, keep all those tolls. Start getting a printout. Print out all your toll things, because all that is a write-off.
Yes. Now, the other thing is, too, you need to get some form of an easy pass.
Yeah.
You know, in Texas, we have to have the Pike Pass. There are so many other ones out there that cover all of the states, but we choose not to pay the monthly fee on those ones, so we just run our Easy Pass and our Pike Pass.
I almost went into a toll, and Bunny stopped me.
Yes.
Because we didn't have that.
It was North Carolina.
So I didn't know. I thought Easy Pass covered it. She goes, no, it doesn't. So they would have hit our license plate, so we would have had to pay probably double tolls and the mailing and any late fees, stuff like that. And God forbid, our stuff goes to Alabama.
Yes.
When would we get the tolls?
Now, also check with your company on your Easy Pass, because now with our current company, we can submit our final pay and put waiting on tolls.
Yes.
So sometimes if you're delivering on a Friday, it might take until Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes for those tolls to come through. So to be able to submit your paperwork to get paid and then wait for your tolls to come back is a big lifesaver.
Right. Like we just went to North Carolina. We got done. We took all of our pictures, submitted all of our paperwork. We wrote waiting on tolls. It's now Sunday. Our alarm just went off. And we're waiting on tolls. And we'll probably get the tolls on Monday, Tuesday. Then we'll submit those. And then they'll add that. And then they'll pay us a second time.
Correct. Because going through that particular area was $12.50 per toll road, and we went through 3 of them. So,
And that's just for cars.
Yes.
We both had trailers. So we don't even know how much it's going to be because it just said cars. Trailers are over 20 foot was going to be additional. So we'll kind of see what happens. Another reason why you're going to want to have the Easy Pass is before, sometimes, like, take Horizon, for instance. When we went through the tolls on that, it hit our plate twice. And it wasn't until like 2-3 months later when we submitted paperwork, all of a sudden they got us for tolls for 2 times. And they took $50 out of our final settlements. Indiana, we know that our tags have hit because Bunny was in a motorhome a couple times. They never actually said anything. So I'm not sure what their policy is. It's just...
Definitely check with your company on that policy.
Starfleet does charge.
They do.
And a penalty for if it hits your plate. So they definitely want you to have an Easy Pass or a toll transponder.
And so many of them have gone cashless. You have to run some type of an Easy Pass to go through.
Right.
Pennsylvania, if you're going up and through Buffalo, New York, those ones hit all the time. They're like 36 cents, 12 cents. But it does add up. And if you don't have that transponder in there, then how many are those going to add up really quick because they're going to have to mail them to you.
Or the company.
Yes.
So each state has different criterias. I think Easy Pass is honored in 18 states or something like that. There are some that are honored, they say, in all the states, but I looked at it, it's like $100 a month just to have that transponder, and we don't go through enough tolls to pay $100 a month plus the tolls.
Right. Now, when we first got our Easy Pass, it was not honored in Florida.
Right, so we had to get the
Riverlink.
No, the Florida one was
Sun Pass.
The Sun Pass. So we had the Sun Pass, we had the Pike Pass for Oklahoma, we had the Easy Pass, and then we found out the Easy Pass didn't work over the Kentucky-Indiana border over the river, so we had to get a River Pass, which is an Easy Pass, but I think Easy Pass now works over the river.
Yes, and if you've ever done the bypass way that does not have a toll on it, you only do it once.
Yeah, because just pay the toll. Just be safe. That bypass to avoid the toll, I don't think those lanes are 8 foot wide, and the trailer is at 8 foot wide. You are inches from people coming the other side. We did it once.
During a concert.
So,
it was horrible, and I was in a big old Class A, and I was like, oh my God. Tom's like, get over. I'm like, I can't get over. I'm in the lanes.
Yep, and she was hanging right on the line going over.
Yep.
So, yeah, be aware of your surroundings. As some people say, they would never put themselves in the surrounding. You don't get in the surrounding you want to get into. You wind up in a surrounding you weren't aware of. So, we are now aware of that. We're passing on that information to you. So hopefully you don't take the exit 1 or whatever it is to bypass the toll. It's like $7.50 with the trailer. Just go and pay the toll. If the companies don't pay it, you'll thank us. And it's because you got to go all the way into the city and go through about 3 or 4 traffic lights to get right back on the freeway.
So you're going right down by that Coliseum or whatever it is, right in the middle of Louisville, and it's a nightmare.
Yep. So anyway, we want to pop off this video on tolls. Final note. Submit everything if you don't know and let Payroll submit back. As I said, you do it a couple times, you might get a call. They might actually teach you how to do it. If in doubt, when you dispatch, call your payroll office and ask them, does it cover tolls? And they'll tell you real fast, it doesn't. It does going, or it does going and coming back. So you want to know your routes before you leave Elkhart or wherever you're going from.
Well, it's very important to know your routes anyway. So.
Right. But we like the toll roads. They're typically smoother, faster. We don't have the congestion because people try to avoid them.
And a lot of the toll roads don't have way stations.
Yes. And some people will say, well, I don't care. I'm not afraid of way stations. I am. I haven't gotten popped for anything, but I don't know what they're going to find. So
Right.
I will avoid any way station possible. But if it's on the route and it's open, we do pull through them.
Absolutely.
We don't bypass them. So, all right. So until next time, do we have anything else?
No.
All right. Till next time.
We'll see you down the road.
We'll see you down the road.